making everything arrangements for the comforts of our body. But we should go out from that dirty place, as Maharaj also mentioned. And we are absorbed in illusion. So the main, the to end of this conditional life means worship the Lord and take the goal towards the Lord Krishna. Yes, Prabhu. These are the points which I like from today's class. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashok Prabhu. Sarvari Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. ভালো আছে?
হ্যাঁ ভালো আছি প্রভু, আপনি ভালো আছেন?
হ্যাঁ চালো ভালো আছে।
Thank you Prabhu. From today's lecture, what I like the most is that statement which said, a mother or a father doesn't forget the child, and the child doesn't forget the parents either. But we forget Krishna, but Krishna doesn't forget us. He lives within our hearts. So that is the statement which I like the most. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
And it's so wonderful, Mataji, that that shows that how Lord is so merciful. Sometimes the question may be raised, we are suffering so many things and the Lord is not even looking at us. How do we know that the Lord exists? If the people, the suffering in there so much in this material world. But this is where we need to hear and understand that he doesn't forget us, no matter whether we are, Prabhupada would always give an example that whether we are dog, whether we are cat, whether we are hog or something else, he always accompanies us. And we might be very close to many people, but the nearest person, the closest person, the proximity in the physical way or whatever the way, consciousness way, is only the Supreme Lord with us. And that is why he is the most merciful, that we have to just turn to the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. Thank you, Mataji. Sulochana Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Dandapranam. Cheppandi
Even
Mataji.
point Prabhu, even as a mother and father will not forget about the child, but similar, the Supreme Personality of Godhead also is, he never forgets. And the thing is like each and every living entities are having the soul and super soul within. So each and everyone is part and parcels of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, but most of the times we forget, like we have within the super soul and even other living entity also, we are not treating like even that person also is part and parcels of the Lord, but the super soul is the witness. So he's watching each and everything, whatever we are doing. Most of the times, in my case, like even I forget, like whatever I'm doing, no one is seeing, or I don't know, like. But we have, like I have so many of the anarthas, each and every person, but still the Paramatma, out of compassionate, he's living within our heart as a super soul and witnessing each and everything. So that much merciful he is. So how dirty we are, but still he's staying within us. That's only. Thank you.
Yeah, coming at the same point, so Maharaj was mentioned quoting Bhagavad Gita 18.61 couple of times. Ishvara sarvabhutana hrudeshi arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarvabhutani yantra arudhani maya. So we are installed or launched on this yantra and then wandering here and there. And he, as the Supreme Lord, he's watching there everything, but not participating, just like the individual soul participating into action and reaction. Thank you, Mataji. Anybody else?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Kumarika Mataji.
I did not get that point which Maharaj was telling, that how some people were trying to make this as a philanthropic organization, the mode of goodness. So what did he mean by that, Prabhu?
I've studied in the finding the happiness of the mode of goodness being conditioned by the sense of happiness, just as Krishna is by targeting their self-sacrifice upon Samsara. Is that the one, Mataji? Wanting to make Krishna consciousness a mode of goodness, philanthropic organization.
Yes, Prabhu, that's the one.
Then would be really doing something there. It can help you remember this many other samkas where you encounter such people, but it is another shelter of illusion. Yeah. Okay. So anybody would like to answer Mataji's question? So in fact, Maharaj gave a example about the stool. He said there is a dry side of stool or wet side of stool. So that was the analogy that Maharaj was mentioning while he wanted to bring this point of this mode of goodness or philanthropic organization. Anybody would like to throw some light on Mataji's question?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
Maybe for the preaching purpose, even the Christians do it. Actually, suppose we give prasadam, give so many, whenever there is a migrants, we give, help them, and all those things. So that even it is feeding them Krishna consciousness. So it may outwardly it look like a philanthropy. It may be look like that, but what we are doing is only for preaching purpose. Whatever we are doing through that, people get Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Sanatan Gopal. Sanatan Goparaj. Thank you. So another perspective, Maharaj was actually mentioning that this is nothing but the another shelter of illusion, because whether it's a mode of ignorance, whether mode of passion or mode of goodness, and of course, among the three, the best is a mode of goodness. However, we understand from Srila Prabhupada's teaching that this is nothing but the iron chain, silver chain, gold chain, whether this chain or that chain, eventually everybody is shackled by that chain. So this philanthropic activities, that the mode of goodness, still the one person is actually bound by the happiness. We know from Bhagavad Gita 14th chapter, when the mode of goodness Lord Sri Krishna tells to Arjun, at that time it is mentioned that even that is binding. So these things will not help. So that's where finally Arjun asked question that how can I go beyond these three linga, the three gunas? And that is where Lord Krishna tell that it is only the bhakti that one can actually cross. So Maharaj was mentioning that even in these activities, even this is a mode of goodness or philanthropic organization, but it is another shelter of illusion. The real shelter, and that Maharaj was subsequently mentioning, is that only the person who is within us, and that is the super soul who is just next to us. And that is what Maharaj was mentioning. Does that help, Mataji?
Partially, but I don't know. Because if we are, we can also do such those wrong things. I thought that if we understand what is actually that mode of goodness, making it into a philanthropic organization, what he meant. I'm still a little bit confused, bro.
Okay, let's see if Shyam Kund Prabhu is there, if you would like to add, or somebody else has some thought on that.
Prabhu, he is not available today.
Ha, Mataji, if you can, please, if you want to add something.
My thoughts are very similar to what you said too, Prabhu. I was just thinking of what additional things Mataji is looking for.
Okay. Okay.
But on another line, not regarding Mataji's question, but I like the way Maharaj was emphasizing the point that I want to enjoy. He said it very strongly and firmly. And he's like, I felt as if it was knocking at my heart and telling strongly that this desire is so strong, wanting to enjoy. So I was just thinking about on those lines, Prabhu.
Thank you,
That
Mataji.
move from the position of enjoyment to mood of service. That's it from my side, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Anybody else would like to?
Hey Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam. I
Yes,
have
Mataji.
one very different question, not from the class, but I think today Shampan Prabhu is not there, but I think we can discuss it tomorrow. This Mahakumbh is going on. Is there any relevance of it for us Krishna devotees? If yes, then what? If no, then why?
Okay. So, as you said that Shyam Kund Prabhu, we'll wait for Shyam Kund Prabhu. But if anybody want to have some answer for Mataji, we can hear from the other devotees.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
This is in relation to Kumarika Mataji's question. This is my understanding. Okay, and Maharaj spoke about this philanthropic organization. If that is not rooted with Krishna as the center, then he's saying, okay, it's a part of illusion. It just looks like externally, it looks like good and everything. Like for example, like we are running some health camp, eye camp, all these things, right? But still, he's saying, okay, it's just rooted in though according to the material modes, it may be in the mode of goodness or distributing food, all these things. But still, the root is still, it is not situated with Krishna in the center. So it is just as he compared, no, so the wet part of the things and dry part of the stool. So that's what it is. So when we have Krishna in the center, then there is substance. When Krishna is not in the center, then there's no substance. It is just a reflection of the original identity. So that's what he was saying. Like, that's what I understood. The mode of goodness without Krishna, then it still remains an illusion.
Thank you, Prabhu. Mataji, Kumarika Mataji, does that help you get some more insight?
Yes, Prabhu. I feel that if we are doing that mode of goodness acts without having that what is in the center, then it becomes totally philanthropism and some other ism other than Krishna consciousness. We have to refrain from doing so. So we should be conscious of what we are doing. What is our goal when we are trying to preach through all these modalities. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So, we have to be very careful, as you rightly said that, we never know when we actually go from the devotional service to the philanthropic activities. And there are every chance that in the name of practicality, in the name of many other things, we never know when we actually divert from Krishna consciousness to something else. And there are many examples that we can see that. So having shelter under the bona fide and authentic Guru Parampara can actually help us. Otherwise, in the today's age, there are a number of avenues, platforms and channels and modalities where one can easily divert from the point of for what we have come to Krishna consciousness, and rather than focusing on the purpose of this. That's why our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, gave the name of our movement as International Society for Krishna Consciousness, not for anything else. And there are people who are saying that, Swamiji, why not to give International Society for God Consciousness? Swamiji said that because that God is a Krishna, so we have to, his name is Krishna, he's a Krishna. So that is where the focus and the center is Krishna. And sometimes when devotees would ask His Holiness Ramapasa Maharaj about the anarthas, and Maharaj would always answer that we don't have to become anartha conscious, we have to become Krishna consciousness. And today also Maharaj was mentioning that the focus, the attention that has to go to Krishna, not anything else. Many people, they are looking for solution, but they do not know where the solution is. And that is what Maharaj was mentioning. The solution is right next to us. And we have to come in a disciplic succession, which actually can take us closer to that solution. And that is nothing but the shelter of our dear Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. 7:11 will pause here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. श्वेता माता जी, आपके क्वेश्चन के लिए हम श्याम कुंड प्रभु का शेल्टर लेंगे कल, और प्रभु जी को रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे कि वो आंसर करेंगे आपका